Alright guys, this is going to be kind of like, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see how we feel about this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa, and on this channel we talk about books, and today I'm going to be discussing the 15 books that I put on my summer TBR at the beginning of the summer. I made a video about it, and basically these were the books that like I really wanted to try to get to this summer. So today basically we're going to be going through them in the same order that I mentioned them in that video and talk about whether or not I read them, what my thoughts were, and if I didn't read them, why I didn't read them, if there was a reason. So the first book at the top here is Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy. So I did read this book and I ended up rating it 4 stars. I read it in a recent vlog. It was actually to finish my summer TBR. I was hoping to get a few of these off my list, but I did read this and I really did enjoy it. I would definitely recommend reading it in the summer. It definitely has those like summer vibes, and I would recommend reading it after Good Girl Complex because there are a lot of cameos of that couple, being that the main character in this one is the brother of the male main character in the first one. So I really did enjoy this, and you can watch that reading vlog if you want my like full thoughts. It wasn't a 5-star for me, and I don't know if I read Good Girl Complex again, if it would still be a 5-star for me. Maybe I'll do a video where I read like the 5 books that like I first read in the beginning of my reading journey and see if there's still a 5-star read. Or the first 5 stars that I ever gave, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, anyway, would definitely recommend this, and I did actually get it off my list. So that's 1 on the red side. Let's make like a little pile behind here. I'm gonna start making little separate piles behind here. Next we have We Will Always Have Summer, and I actually did read this as well. I read this in a reading vlog where I was trying to finish series that I was in the middle of, and The Summer I Turned Pretty was one of those series that I was in the middle of that I wanted to finish. So I did end up giving it 3 stars. I think it just had to do with the main plot point in this book. It was so dumb to me, and the writing was still very like immature. And I don't know, Belly just didn't change from the first 2 books. So yeah, I just thought that the way that the whole plot for this book went was kind of weird, and just the love triangle no longer was giving. But I still enjoy like the show so much, and I think I want to reread this like from the beginning now that I've watched the show, because the show just gives like better vibes. I hope I'm not insulting anybody by saying that. I think these books are so cute though, and are definitely like I think a summer classic, but it's just one of those where like you can acknowledge that it like was the beginning of a lot of summer romances and like love triangle romances and whatever. Well, not the beginning, but you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's not a 5-star book for me. Another one for the red pile though. Then we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune, which I also read. I'm pretty sure I read this for like a reading popular booktok books video or something like that, or maybe it was my TBR prompts. I don't remember, but anyway, I did read this, and to be quite honest, I was really disappointed. I ended up rating it 2.5 stars. I really liked Every Summer After, and I rated that 5 stars despite the big like plot twist that happened that everybody really hates, because honestly like everything leading up to it was just so perfect that I didn't really care. I almost just like glossed over that and was just like, okay, and I moved on. But I had bigger hopes for this one, and it was just really hard to root for the main couple in this because that same trope was kind of there, and just I don't know, it didn't, and it was barely like summer vibes for me at least. Like yeah, there were scenes at the lake house, or the resort I mean, and there were scenes like in downtown Toronto in the summer. So yes, but I was expecting so much more like cottage Muskoka feel, and that's just not what I got from this. As someone who lives in Toronto and has like visited up north and stuff, I don't know, I just didn't get the escape that I wanted to get. But Carley Fortune did release her synopsis for her 3rd book that she's coming out, and I think it's called This Summer Will Be Different. And the synopsis looks so perfect, and the cover is another like one of this, but it's like sunset orange, and that's like one of my favorite colors. And these covers are just like, I don't know, I just have to have them. Like the covers just give such summer vibes. But I don't know, I might give her one more shot, but I swear to God, like it's gonna have to be like 3 strikes you're out. Like if she has that same trope in the 3rd book, like I can't. Like I will settle for 3. And I hope she just like moves on from the summer genre so I can just be done with these covers and just love the ones that came out. But yeah, I did read this, so another one for the red pile. Alright, and then we have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. So I did end up reading this book and I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It had all of the summer vibes, especially being that it was taking place in like this small town on like a lake, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was like off a coast, I can't remember, but the fishermen, and just like, even though it wasn't like beach scenes and like all that stuff, it was just, it reminded me of like summers where you're just like working on like the house or like doing like a big summer project, and that was really fun to read. I also just loved the characters in this, but I read this in the summer, finishing my summer TBR reading vlog as well, and you can like go see my full thoughts if you want, but the last like 100 to 150 pages of this just cringed me out so hard, and that's why I lowered my rating to a 4 star. It was gonna be 5 stars, and I wish it just ended at 250 pages, but it just started to cringe me out and kind of be stupid, and I don't know. So that's what happened. But another one for the red pile. Like, we're doing so good, but I think this is when it starts to go downhill, very much so. We have 4 books that we read out of the 15 so far. So then we have Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, and I didn't end up reading this one, but I really want to, and I might just save this for the winter when I'm wanting that like summer escape, or I'm gonna read it next summer. I wanted to read it. It's just after like the cringiness of that one, I think I just had to take a pause, but I am really excited for these 2 because the crumbs that you got of them in the 1st book were just like, and I don't know, Tessa Bailey's writing is just phenomenal. Like her banter and just the spice and the flirting, like everything is just so I'm still gonna give it a shot because there's so many of her other books that I've heard amazing things about, and I really did enjoy the majority of the 1st book in this, but this is one for the not red pile. And then we have My Killer Vacation, and I didn't end up reading this. I guess it's just because like I didn't have any time, but it's a really short book, so I might actually read this in October because it kind of has a little bit of like murder killer like solving kind of thing, so it might be a cute little like summer in the fall read, or like, you know, in Canada where I'm from, it's still really warm outside, so that might be fun to read. So yeah, another one for the not read pile, but maybe it will be read very soon. I might put on my October TBR. Next we have Beach Read, and I really wanted to reread this summer, but I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm wanting to do like a rereading my favorite books. Like I want to do the like, are they still 5 reads video for the first few like books that I rated 5 stars, but this is like a certain 5 star to me. Like I know that in my heart and soul, as like with ACOTAR and like other books, so I want to do like 2 different videos for that. So I might end up rereading this soon, like I don't know, but I just, this is still I think my favorite Emily Henry book. Yeah, I don't know, one of them is like so close, but yeah, this is like, it is read because I've read it, but I didn't reread it this summer like I wanted to. So I guess it's gonna go in the not read pile. The next one is Happy Place by Emily Henry, and I actually did read this book and I freaking loved it. I rated it like 5-6 stars. I loved everything about this book. I loved the friendships in it. I loved the kind of like conversations about like changes in your 20s and career changes and just relationship changes and just how things can just change because life is changing, and it's okay to like go with that, and sometimes you're gonna have to like let go of people that you don't want to, or see them less, or just kind of reevaluate your priorities. But I also just loved like the whole second kind of chance romance in this, and the fake dating element of it was really fun. And it gave the summer vibes and just like the feeling of like friends at a cottage, which is just such a fun time to like live through, but also like reading through their friendship was just so much fun. So I would definitely recommend this book, like 100%. And this is the one that I said is like tied with Beach Read or almost there. Beach Read I think is just like has a special place in my heart because of the writer part and the dates and the ending and just everything, but this is another amazing book by Emily Henry that you should definitely try. But another one for the read pile. So far we have 5 read and 3 unread. Next we have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. So I did actually end up reading this as well in the Finishing My Summer TBR video. It's kind of like a mystery, not really a thriller, but more just like a mystery, and like the whole time you're reading it, you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on, like what you're even reading. Like at first I didn't understand what was going on and I didn't understand the purpose of this book, but at the end when the like plot twist was revealed, I was like, oh my god, this book is like amazing. So I ended up rating it 4.5 stars, and yeah, I would definitely recommend this, and I am going to read the prequel Family of Liars and see how that is and what it's all about, because I can't really put my finger on like what it's going to be about. I haven't read the synopsis at all, and these books barely have a synopsis, and I think it's meant to be because you're not supposed to know what it's about. Like it literally just says, if anyone asks how it ends, just lie. We are Sinclairs. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that's all you need to know, except that some of us are liars. And like, yeah, it's just interesting. I don't want to say too much because the plot twist is very interesting. But another one for the read pile. Okay, this is where it really goes downhill for me. I don't know if it's because these were at the bottom of my summer TBR stack. Next we have Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. So I didn't end up reading this, and honestly this is one of the first books that I like thrifted and I've had on my shelf for a really long time, and I don't know why I haven't read them. I think it's like I picked them up because the covers look cute, the synopsis sound cute, and then when I added them to like my Goodreads, this ratings weren't that good, so it doesn't motivate me to read it. And I don't know. I might still end up reading it. I think I'm going to try at least one of her books just to see if I like them. And then, because I have 2, or maybe 3, I don't remember to be honest, but I thrifted them. And just see how it goes. But if I don't read them by like this time next year, I'm probably just going to donate them, because then I would have had them on my shelf for like 2 years without having read them. Yeah. These have been sitting in my like, do I unhaul it pile for a long time, so I was really hoping I'd get to them this summer, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm still on the fence about it. I feel weird about getting rid of books that I haven't read. So that also is the same thing for Sunset Beach. Both of these are kind of like mysteries. I think the synopses kind of give the same kind of vibe as like Elin Hilderbrand books, and if you notice, like all of the covers and like font, well, this is like a really bad example because it's like her newer covers, this is like one of her older ones, but like it's all the same vibe. So yeah, it just kind of reminds me of like Elin Hilderbrand kind of vibe, like a mystery with a little bit of romance or like historical fiction in it. So, and speaking of Elin Hilderbrand, we have Golden Girl by Elin Hilderbrand. So I didn't end up reading this either, and I've heard that this is one of like her best sellers, so I really did want to read it. And I'm definitely not going to like get rid of this because I've heard amazing things about these books. I put on my summer TBR and I was hoping that I'd get to it, but I just didn't end up doing that. But I'm still going to maybe read it at some point, maybe next summer. And then we have The Hotel Nantucket. So I did actually start this. I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit more, yeah, this is like on the first page. I don't know why I did that. I read way more than that. Yeah, I read 4 chapters. It's an interesting plot, and like it's not boring, but I don't know, it wasn't catching my attention, and I wanted to move on to like Shatter Me really bad, so that's why I didn't end up finishing it. But I am gonna finish it at some point. But yeah, I don't know what it is. This is one of her newer ones, so I'm not really sure. I'm still gonna read it though. I can't do that to Elin. I can't. Is it Elin? Elin? Comment down below. Is it Ellen or Elin? But the plot of this is that like the Hotel Nantucket is like being reopened after it's been like abandoned for a really long time, or like it was gonna shut down. and they think like all the people who work there, and like the rumor about the hotel is that it's haunted, and you get the point of view of like the ghost who's like living there, and it's really funny and interesting reading from her point of view. So that's what I mean, like it's interesting, and I think I'm just gonna make it like my nightstand kind of book to read before bed when like I'm not vlogging a book. But yeah, it's still, I don't know, to be read. I don't know if I should put this in the red or the not read pile. I'm gonna put it in red just to give myself an extra, like, we're just gonna do like a 0.5 point because I started at least, like I made an attempt. All right, next we have The Summer Place by Jennifer Weiner. I don't know why I can't say that name. I'm a child. I literally have no idea what this is about. I'm pretty sure I just saw this when I first started buying books, and I was like, this cover is so cute and so summery. So I definitely want to read it because it's adorable. And like, fun fact, I also, like, my best friend got me one of those like embossers to like stamp your books, and look at how, like, can you even see it? See it? Look at how cute, if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it there. It's adorable. It's like a little bee, and it says like, from the library eventually to Naomi, because it's my first and second name. Anyway, off topic, because I just saw it and I've realized I've never talked about that on this channel. But yeah, I still want to get to this book, and it's this one. I remember buying it because it's about like secrets and like female friendships, and there's a lot of emphasis on like women in this. So I kind of liked that, and it also has to do with like quarantine, and there's a wedding day, so like, I don't know, there's just so much stuff going on in here. It's like a literary fiction, so I thought it would be an interesting summer read, but we'll see. Honestly, winter's coming, and my work gives us a really generous and long like holiday break, so I'm gonna have a lot of time to read during that time, and it's gonna be freaking freezing and snowing. So I'm probably going to want to read a lot of summer reads. So we shall see if I get to them. But this is going to go in the not read pile because I did not read it. Alright, lastly we have Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. And I didn't end up reading this, but I've heard so many good things about it. And like, Haley Pham loves this book. And I don't know. First of all, it gave me summer vibes because look at the cover. Like, how colorful it is, and the waves in the background, it's just beautiful. And you know, it's interesting because as soon as I open the synopsis, I read that it starts in a cold, bitter day in December. Fun. I'm a dummy. But it also spans 30 years, from Cambridge, Massachusetts to Venice Beach, California. So there may be some summer vibes in here. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to read this in the summer for some reason. And I've just heard it's very interesting. I have no idea what it's actually about. Yeah, it's like this collaboration on, is it a movie or like a video game? Anyway, I did end up reading it. It's going in the not read pile. So how did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 books on my summer TBR were read. Yay! And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books on my summer TBR were not read. That's not a passing mark by any means. Let's see if we do better on our fall TBR, although I literally put like 40 books on there. So I highly, highly doubt it. But I don't know, I'm still proud of myself. Like, I said that I want to read some of these books and at least start like this duology, like this It Happened One Summer, and finish. Like, I had goals when I was reading some of these, so I am proud of myself for like doing those things. And I kind of forgot about my summer TBR for like a while, and then at the end of the summer I was like, oh my god, September is like coming and I haven't read like even half of these books. So yeah, we'll try again for fall maybe, but I doubt we're gonna be successful. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know if this is even like a thing, doing like a summer wrap up or like looking at your TBR from the beginning of the summer and like talking about whether or not you read them, but I'm gonna make it a thing. I don't know. Let me know if this was enjoyable or if it's repetitive or if you liked it. Like, I don't know. But I hope this still gave you some summer book recommendations, as well as like ideas of what you can put on your TBR so we can like read them together, you know? But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you read this summer. Were you successful in reading those books that you wanted to read this summer? I know some of you don't do a TBR, but I just thank you for commenting anyway, and I enjoy you guys' comments. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I love you so much, and bye.